Oh my god. Good morning, guys, and welcome to my island. I love Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is things that are important in my life. Animal Crossing, my family. For the next 24 hours, so breakfast today until tomorrow morning's breakfast, I can only eat foods that have been featured on Animal Crossing. So I went online. Surprisingly, there is this website, which is the Animal Crossing Wikipedia, basically. Surprisingly more interesting than the regular one. I said what I said. We're doing breakfast, we're doing lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, we might even do dessert. So for breakfast, I've decided that we are going to make an afternoon tea tower or whatever this is. This is one of the most visually interesting foods on Animal Crossing, and even though it's an afternoon tea set, we're gonna have it for breakfast because all the items in it are like fruit, sandwiches. I feel like they also work for breakfast, and it also looks cool. So I bought this same cake stand from Animal Crossing. The production value even when the world is ending. Later in the video, we might even go fishing. So I'm assuming we are going to start with... I love when my plate has a hole in it. Us having an ice cream when the world is finally out of food. So that is basically it. There's only one left, which is the one in the bottom. And this is officially our animal... This is not working. It doesn't look the same, but it's close enough, right? Starter, main, dessert. It also tells you if you buy these foods on the game, this one costs exactly 536 bells. I think we're gonna start with the bottom, which is, it seems to me like it's a tomato and cheese sandwich. In the description, it just says afternoon set. I don't think I'm gonna slice the tomatoes too thin. I've got the best plan. So I'm gonna slice the cheese into 4. This is genius. A mathematician. And now, who knew I had this intellectual capacity? So I'm gonna save these for like French toast or something. Honestly, these days, this is the only bread I've got for like 3 weeks, and I'm not even joking. So here we got the cheese and the bread, and then... Oh my god, that looks really close. I'm gonna put my Animal Crossing friend code. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna put it in the description down below so you guys can send me free things. You can send me free things anytime. In real life, Animal Crossing, any platform you want. I'm gonna make a few of these and then put them on these little sticks. That's really cute. And this is our second one. Wow, we're definitely gonna need more than that. Like, imagine how tiny this would look on this giant plate. It does look very similar to the video game, so we're probably gonna need like maybe 6 on each side. I would never make these cute little sandwiches in my real life. If it wasn't for Animal Crossing, I would never do it. So thank you, Tom Nook. I already owe you a lot of bells, a lot of money. Oh my god, this part is so satisfying. 2... Oops. Why does it look so tiny? This literally took me like half an hour. So these are our bottom sandwiches. Honestly, I think that looks really, really similar, right? Now moving on to the second layer. This is like a checkered cake, like a marble checkered cake. And then this, I'm assuming it's like just a different kind of cake. It's really blurry, so it's really, really hard to tell. I managed to find this checkered cake. Oh, why does this look so good? Okay, let me slice from this side because it looks slightly better. So I'm gonna do quite a generous slice. I mean, you only eat Animal Crossing foods once in your life. I think this video is gonna feel a lot like the video game because this is like, it's not really difficult and it's not a challenge. It's just like the foods are really cute. So the other one, I'm just gonna do a slice of walnut cake because the color is kind of similar. That is a weird slice they've got there. So I'm just gonna try to do like... So now we're gonna move on to the top layer, which is, I think, like the most interesting because it's fruit. I've never sliced a kiwi in my life, I just realized. So I think this is pretty good, so I'm gonna slice it in half. I can't really tell if that's a lemon or an orange. I'm gonna use an orange because that's the fruit that I got on my own Animal Crossing island, but it could be a lemon. I am colorblind. Okay, so the orange comes on this side. Now for the strawberry and the blueberries, I'm sure you've read the news. Some things are hard to find. So I got some strawberries that I'm gonna... They are frozen, but you'll be like biting into like an ice cream in a way. Right there in the back, they've got a little pot of chocolate. So I'm gonna make my own like chocolate dip. I need to microwave this before I start eating it. The only last thing that we're missing is that there's a little piece of cake in the back that I can't fully understand what that is. I am going to slice some of that walnut cake from before. And because it's white, I'm gonna use some whipped cream. Oh my god, yes. And then the last thing on top is a cherry, so that literally looks unreal. Look at that slice of cake. So this is my best effort at recreating the Animal Crossing afternoon tea for breakfast. Things that we've done. That's pretty good, right? It's not exactly the same, but I would say that it's like 80% accurate. I mean, we forgot the lettuce and the chocolate burn. I don't know if that's healthy, but Tom Nook Health Insurance coming up. We're about to dive into our Animal Crossing afternoon tea for breakfast. I hope that makes as much sense as anything I say in my videos. The chocolate burned in the microwave. Oh shoot. I don't know where to start with. Should we start with a frozen blueberry? Me when I finished 2 weeks worth of food in the first 3 days of staying home. Surprisingly, frozen blueberries are pretty good. Oh my god. Brain freeze. This needs some mayo or something. This bread, it's way past its expiry date. It's really dry. It's like literally hard to swallow. It's pretty good. I mean, this is a good breakfast. I would have never made such a big breakfast for me unless I was filming a video because I'd be too scared of running out of food. This is like having like a miniature buffet at home. So now we're gonna go for some cake. Oh my god, this looks so good. Oh my god. Wow. Should we even attempt to try this burnt chocolate? Like, it smells really burnt. That's so bitter, but why do I like that bitter flavor? Wow. I'm gonna keep my fishing hat because next time I see you guys, it will be lunch, and for lunch, spoiler alert, we're gonna go fishing. Oh my god. Oh my god. In case you're wondering what we're having for lunch, well, lunch stays high. So this is our lunch, which, you know what, doing this on here feels very similar to what it's like on Animal Crossing. Like, I could do this forever. I'm gonna sell this to Timmy for a whole lot more than it's worth. Okay, so let me put lunch back where it came from. So here we've got a list of all the fish on Animal Crossing. So the one that we just caught. This is a Scottish mackerel. I think some games have the exact same one. Other ones just have a mackerel in general. I don't know, I've never eaten it. We had to do it for lunch, so that's going to be our lunch. And then for a side for our fish, I found this dish that I thought it's really interesting. This is called a Veggie Basket at the price of 100 bells. We're doing this on very limited ingredients, so I'm gonna try my best. So I think a huge part of it, like in the bottom, just a lot of green. I could only find frozen corn, so that is what we're going to use. A lot smaller than that one, but it will do. So let me put some spinach in the bottom. It's funny because we've got like a basket full of spinach, but once we cook this, it becomes... I'm trying really hard to make this look like real sweet corn, but it's clearly frozen. Look at the way it's weighing down on the spinach. The end of the world is happening. Me trying to present a fruit basket. Wow, that is literally why I love Animal Crossing so much, because that is what I do. We might have to move the sweet corn a little bit. Okay. I don't know what this red or orange thing is, but I'm assuming it's carrots on the side. So we're gonna do some carrots as well. Whole cauliflower. Wow, this takes basically all the space. I think this right here is like a beet. I don't know, but we got one of those. I mean, this looks great, actually. This makes me want to change my life and start eating vegetables. It honestly looks really similar. We also can't forget about... There we go, okay. So this... Oh, no! I'm trying to lower it and just literally put fish all over my kitchen. Okay, there we go. On my Animal Crossing island, I've got like a barbecue just outside my house. So this is as close as we're gonna get to a barbecue here. Wipe the veggies. Smelling like antibacterial, just like grandma used to make. I think this one is a vegetable that you can barbecue. I wish I could use some salt, olive oil. Those don't make an appearance on Animal Crossing, so But honestly, I'm not mad at this. A frozen corn? Why not? What else should we make? Can you grill some carrots? Let's find out. I've never seen anyone do like grilled carrots. This is gonna become nothing. It's not a lot of food, but if I want more, I can always come and make more like off camera. Oh my god, this isn't even closed because of the frozen corn. We might need to remove the frozen corn. Wow. So I'm gonna clear up some space and I'm gonna add the fish already. Skin side down, I think. I hope this doesn't stick because like I'm not using any oil or anything. We could also use a little bit more spinach, otherwise I'm gonna be hungry in like 5 minutes and watch it disappear. David Copperfield of vegetables. We've left this to cook for way longer than he probably needed, but I just wanted to make sure that I'm not gonna eat raw fish. As far as I'm aware, there's no sushi on Animal Crossing. An Animal Crossing Cooking Mama collaboration. I literally got goosebumps. Let's have a look at what I think is the most like authentic, exactly what you'd expect from an Animal Crossing lunch. Not a single grain of spice and salt inside. It's just like being at my grandparents' house. Oh my god, the carrots are falling apart. Could be raw. It does look cooked, but it could be raw. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, that's pretty good. Like, you could definitely be more cooked than that. Ew, why is this so dry? So here's the moment that I've been waiting for. I really want the fish to be crusty on the other side. Oh, please. Like, that's pretty good. It's definitely really healthy, but we did manage to cook everything. Let's dive in. These are so dry, they're almost like a soggy chip. Tastes like fish. I have a feeling the whole thing will taste like fish. No, that's pretty good. Let's try it. Oh my god. These carrots are incredible. They do taste like fish. Everything does. I don't love fish, so I'm a little bit... The things I do for you, Isabel. Surprisingly, the fish is like the best part. This is how my Animal Crossing character has been eating. Honestly, he has nothing to complain about. I would be lying if I said that I'm gonna go back for seconds, because I'm not, but I do think it could be worse. So honestly, not bad. Next time I see you guys, we're gonna have some afternoon snack, which I think is one of the most exciting meals of the whole video because it's a specifically Japanese meal. So surprisingly, I'm not too hungry because breakfast was actually pretty good. I mean, as you can see, we cleaned up breakfast. A breakfast buffet that no longer is. I do think this one is on the same level of breakfast. Once again, I went through the foods on Animal Crossing and I found a cheese tart. This was on the Wikipedia page, and also it costs 350 bells, which is actually quite a lot, so this better be delicious. When I first saw this cheese tart, I thought this is basically a cheesecake. But then I was thinking, the game comes from Japan. It's very likely that this cheese tart is a specific dish that I've never heard of. So a lot of research later, I found what is called Hokkaido cheese tart. I think this is a place in Japan, and it's basically a traditional cheese tart from Japan. So I'm really excited to try this because I've never made anything like this. It's definitely pushing the limits of like savory and sweet. I've basically measured all the ingredients so that this is like easy to follow. So the filling is a mixture of mascarpone, cream cheese, and sugar, and the weirdest ingredient, Parmesan cheese. Like Parmesan cheese and sugar in the same recipe. It's too weird that it just has to work. So we also need some butter. This is supposed to be regular cow milk, but I actually don't have any cow milk because I don't even know what this is. Almond, hazelnut, something like that. I don't know. And I also put some vanilla extract in it. We're also gonna need a whole egg, and then the other egg is just to brush on top. Really important according to the recipe. Oh, we need the zest of a lemon. So... And this is basically the filling of our Hokkaido Animal Crossing cheese pie. So, I mean, you can mix this if you have like a mixer, but mine is really heavy, honestly. So I just use it as decoration. A chef. So I'm gonna just try to blend this. Wow, it's... Because it's cheese, it could be that it just melts once he bakes. Wow, it smells kind of good actually. It smells like lemon and like cheese in like the best way. I feel like I just got a glimpse of what this is going to taste like, and it's good. Here's the interesting part. So now for the crust around the pie. I've decided to use some pizza dough, and the reason why I decided to use some pizza dough was I bought this for a video and it expired 4 days ago, and I just thought it's probably fine still, and it smells great. So I pre-cooked this for like 10 minutes. I even poked some dots in it. A baker. I'm really bad at making savory foods, but when it comes to baking, it's not as bad. It's definitely still a bit lumpy, but it is quite thick, so I'm assuming that it's going to look great. So we're gonna just pour it all out. Wow, not the consistency I was hoping for. Wow, there's a chunk of butter in the middle of it. You know what? Flavor. I cannot believe I almost forgot about this, but this is 1 egg yolk. So I think the recipe asked to brush the sides. And then this part is gonna be really weird for, I'm sure, like 6 of you guys. On the recipe, they also brush like the actual top. So, I mean, we're gonna do it. I hope that this goes like all nice and like brown. This is one of the few drinks that I could find. It's called a cup of mint tea, and that's basically what it looks like. The price for this one is 75 bells, a deal. So I'm gonna make this really quickly before we get our pie. It smells like bubble gum. So that is our tea. I read on Google that mint tea is supposed to be so sweet that sometimes it doesn't even need any sugar, like, because it's sweet naturally. I don't know what kind of mint tea these people are having, but that's actually really nice. No, honestly, it's really nice. So I want to keep this image here in case it looks similar or not at all. So this is what the tart is supposed to look like. It smells really nice. Oh, it's hot. Oh my god. Please look at the image at the cheese Hokkaido tart from Animal Crossing, and now look at mine. I mean, the crust looks very similar to the image. I wish it was a little paler, but overall, turns out I don't have any mint leaves or anything that is sweet. So the only thing I've got is bay leaves. Put it more like that. There we go. So this is our Animal Crossing. Honestly, kind of looks like similar to the photo. I don't know how, but it does look kind of similar. Oh my god, we definitely shouldn't have used pizza dough. Ooh, I'm gonna attempt to get a slice. The good news is the filling comes out on its own. I'm trying to get this to cool down, but something tells me that it's never gonna cool down, so might as well. Remember when I said that this is a very confusing recipe in the sense that I don't know if it's savory or sweet? That is exactly what I think once I tried it. I mean, it's good, but is it savory? Is it sweet? Who knows? It's one of those things that I'm gonna eat the whole thing and still be confused at the end. Oh my god, it's so hot. I'm gonna stop eating now because I do want to save this for later because I want to make dinner right now. I think I'm gonna enjoy dinner, and I think I really need that right now, so I'm looking forward to that. Welcome to dinner. As you can see, oh my god, we've got a lot of food sitting on this table and we've got a lot to do. So for the savory option for dinner, which is the main thing, I am grateful for the fact that I don't have to cook it. It comes pre-made, kind of. It is fish and chips, and the price of it, 350 bells. I don't know if anyone's interested. So I'm gonna do, ooh, that's not bad. That looks pretty similar. So you got 2 pieces of fish. I'm really lucky that I live in England, so most of our chips are chunky ones. I mean, this is already kind of looking like the dish. So this is going to be my savory option for dinner, which is pretty easy, and this is definitely not a challenge, not in preparation. So that seems to be, yeah, I think this is, maybe let's do a few more. Yeah. So here's the part that I've been waiting for. So this is our sweet option. Finish the day. I wanted to finish with like an iconic like Animal Crossing dish. A log cake. 1,600 bells? That is definitely made by Nook Corporation. So this is what it looks like. It's honestly insane. I feel like you can't even see exactly what's going on this image. Normally I would just use like a Betty Crocker cake mix, but I actually made this from scratch. This is from the BBC website, so if you want to search, it looks pretty good. So wait, there's a bit of fish on my cake tray. I butter this tin and then I sprinkle some flour on top. So I'm gonna bake my dinner all at the same time. So this is gonna bake for around 10 minutes, surprisingly low at 200 degrees. So you know, a log cake is supposed to be really thin. Maybe this is even too thin. I don't know if that's possible. It's looking like it's possible. I made a really smooth batter. Like, I did this by hand. Why can I see my reflection in this? And also, why do I hate it? So we're gonna bake this all at the same time. This one for 10 minutes. I think this one is for around 25 minutes. So I'm gonna let this one sit for a while we wait for this to cool down for the remaining time. This was surprisingly quick. Well, like, it looks right. If this sticks, this whole dessert and like just my dinner, my day will be ruined. 1, 2. It's so much easier to just buy something from Betty Crocker. Okay, so let's hope that this is like... Oh my god. 1, 2. Oh no. That worked! So we need to wait for this to cool down before we apply like the center of the log. Like, it looks right. So I've got all the stuff that we need for decorating. I think they used some newspaper on the image, but I didn't have any newspaper. I'm sure that doesn't come as a shock. I cut these out of a book. I know people are gonna be mad, but these were the index pages. I was never ever going to read them, and I made sure to leave some space so the book doesn't fall apart. So I've ruined a book for my fish and chips. The level of cares I'm giving in this video has been decreasing. Coronavirus could never. So I'm gonna put the ugliest one in the bottom. Kind of like that. If you look at it from this angle, it looks similar, I guess. Then we're gonna dump the chips. I was working all day. Like, I deserve this. I deserve this meal. A true DIYer. These were like a little coffee to go, like Nespresso cups. So I cut them so that we can put the sauces. Let me make sure we avoid that weird water, because that would ruin my day. Are you for real? See, this one comes out just fine. Oh, we got some parsley to put on top. Last thing we need, this is still the lemon that we used for the pie earlier. It's a little chunkier than in the image. Also me when I finish the quarantine. This is officially our Animal Crossing fish and chips. It looks really similar. Like, I really did put the effort in this one. Ooh, let's go into the ketchup. Let's do the mustard on the other side. I'm gonna give you guys an ASMR. That wasn't crunchy at all. I would never go as far as put lemon, like, in presentation next to things. But when it does come with lemon on the side, I do use it. Anyone horrified that I'm having this with mustard and ketchup, I like it. So this is basically it. And you can also, if you're feeling like fancy, you can dip it in like some sauce or whatever. Wow. I just ate my body weight in potatoes. The last thing I want to do right now is be on camera. Like, I literally don't want to be here right now. This is becoming like a 48-hour food challenge because I'm not going to be able to eat anything else tomorrow with the insane amount of leftovers, and also I've eaten so much. So this is a cream cheese frosting that I made. It's literally cream cheese and icing sugar. How much icing sugar? When you think you've done a lot, a little bit more. My hope is that when we add Nutella, this is gonna go like a light shade of brown, which I do want it to be like contrasty, because I'm gonna show you the photo of the Animal Crossing item in a second, but it looked very contrasty. Okay, the reason why this is so... Wow, that looks really cool. Like, I don't know what that looks like, but it's cool. Turns out the color is kind of right. I didn't need any cocoa powder. This is actually even a little bit too dark, if anything. Like, it's kind of matching there. It's probably gonna be easier to just do this. We're gonna need that much inner layer. The frosting was made by me. Like, I literally didn't follow a single recipe, so if anyone wants a recipe, there is none. This is a lot of icing sugar, I'm not gonna lie. So this is kind of what we wanted, I guess. I don't know, guys. How do we do this without breaking the cake? It's literally impossible. Oh no, it is breaking. Oh, shoot. No. Okay, we're gonna need a lot of decorating. It's gonna be fine because we do have to frost it. It looks like a log after a storm. Oh my god, it looks so much like a log. Like, no need to do decorating. Look at that. I feel like the edges look a little bit crusty, so I'm just gonna remove them. And hopefully it's going to look satisfying inside. No, it looked better before. At this point, both me and the log are ready to check out. We're ready to log out. This is literally gonna take a lifetime. It's looking like something. I don't know what it is, but it's looking like that. So this is... In my defense, my frosting making ability is actually pretty good. Cream cheese, Nutella, icing, sugar. Who knew? Name a more iconic trio. Me, diabetes, and salmonella, honestly. I don't know what the opposite of promo is, but this is the opposite of promo for Animal Crossing. After this, everyone's gonna burn their copies. Might burn mine. Surprisingly, this side looks a little bit better. It seems like I might need to cut a whole chunk of the cake. This is such a bad idea. Oh my god. This was so dumb. And then, oh my god, no. Oh wait, this side looks better. Oh my god. I'm gonna remove the frosting, no. Oh no. Can you believe that someone can make this and then in 5 minutes I'm gonna ask you to subscribe to my channel? Now that's the biggest joke. Let's go towards the presentation. So I'm gonna be using some of these fake flowers. I found one of these in my house and I was like, perfect. It's not edible, but it doesn't even matter. I swear to you, it looks so much worse on camera than it does in real life. Up here, I don't understand what that is. I think there's like a tree, but I'm not even gonna try. Where's Isabelle when I need her? It's not looking that bad. So there is a flower somewhere. I don't know, I'm just gonna put it. Perfect. We didn't even manage to get the little swirly thing correct. I'm not even gonna apologize. I'm gonna grab a fork and just shut my mouth. I don't want to talk about this. I never ever want to talk about this ever again. I don't really know what we've done here, but we've done it. And it's too late now. So I'm gonna try to avoid all the plastic flowers in here. I'm just gonna try this for you guys because I literally am not even hungry. I feel like I've eaten so much today. Bon appetit. Wow. That's a lot of sugar. I wish I could say I hate it, but I don't. It tastes like a brownie, like a Nutella brownie with a little bit too much sugar. And by a little bit, I mean like a lot. But honestly, if it wasn't for the cream cheese frosting, like that really does help here. Like it cuts through it a little bit so that it's not too sweet, even though it is too sweet. That makes any sense. I just realized I forgot to put the mushroom in here. Well, I knew there was something I was missing. I had this like mushroom that looks exactly the same as the one in the photo. That wouldn't have changed anything. I don't know, somehow it blends into the whole mess that this is. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I freaking love Animal Crossing. Even after today, I still love it. It is probably in like my top 2 video games of all time. I wish I spent the day playing it, but I spent the day living it. And somehow I didn't hate it. So I hope you guys didn't hate it. If you liked it, I would really appreciate if you could give this video a like. If maybe you want to watch more of this 24-hour video game videos, let me know in the comment section as well. What other suggestions have you got? I do take you guys' ideas and I always credit, whether it's like on Instagram or whatever it is, I credit you guys in the description down below if I got a video idea from you guys. So thank you to those of you who leave suggestions for more fictional food videos. Also, before I go, I would really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Only subscribe if you like my videos, so if you didn't like this, well, I do have different stuff, so you might want to check that out. But also, if you don't like the other stuff, then don't subscribe at all. But those of you who keep my notifications on, thank you. Like literally would not be here making videos if it wasn't for those of you who click that little notification bell. And I will say it every time until the day I die. I want to go to bed, so that's it. Out of all the days I've lived, it was definitely one of them. I don't know if I hated it, I loved it. I love you guys. I'm gonna go take the biggest nap of my entire life, and I will see you guys on my next video, which is weirdly gonna be, I think, tomorrow. Bye bye.